What happened to Jairaj Phoenix, Vijay Singh, Ankit Kothalia, and Khwaja Yunis? Does that mean that uniform supersedes all laws, or does absolute power corrupts? Hi, I'm Advocate Swapna Kode, and today I would be discussing the topic of custodial deaths on my video herein. Now let us see, before starting or proceeding anything, what does the term custody mean? The term custody means that taking away a person's liberty or curtailing a person's freedom. Custody is the second step after arrest, which can be seen in section 57 of the Criminal Procedure Code. Section 57 of the Criminal Procedure Code states that when an investigation cannot be completed within 24 hours, then the person cannot be detained beyond that. Then what happens? Within 24 hours of his arrest, the said person has to be produced before the magistrate and permission for his remand should be taken. The magistrate, after seeing the reasons for remand, should then decide whether the person should be sent to police custody or judicial custody. Thus, custody is of two types, that is judicial custody or police custody. Remember, the procedure to be followed for arrest is laid down under section 46 of the Criminal Procedure Code. Arrest in simpliciter means that a person is kept in the custody of the police or the magistrate, but it has to be in the state of being guarded, or he is kept in the prison temporarily, especially by the police. It is the legal right or duty of somebody who is being kept in the custody to have his life, and hence in amount on light of this factor, today I would be discussing the topic of custodial deaths with the recent incidents of Jairaj and Phoenix, what has taken place. Before going to that, firstly, it is necessary for all of us to understand what does the term custodial death mean. The term custodial death means that a death of an accused occurs when he is in custody. This could be natural or it could be unnatural. Unnatural could have many causes, and that is termed as illegal. Now let us see what are the causes of unnatural deaths. They would be encounters, ill treatment, pressure from the officer, or anything, which is seen in the recent case of Jairaj versus Phoenix, which happened in Tamil Nadu. Now the Asian Center for Human Rights has stated that in between 2001 to 2010, about 1,504 custodial deaths have happened, and which have raised to 12,727 in judicial custody. The ACHR reports observe that these are only cases reported to the NHRC and do not include cases of custodial deaths. There are many other custodial deaths which have happened. Now let us see one by one the example. The recent is the Tamil Nadu case. The Tamil Nadu case includes two people, that is Jairaj and Phoenix. That is the father, son and duo. The father and son duo were picked up on 19 June 2020 by the police for violating the lockdown norms. The only violation they created as per the facts on record is that they had kept their mobile shop 15 minutes more than the given guidelines by the Santakulam police of Tuticorum. The DO only for keeping their mobile accessories shop open was taken into the custody, and they were booked under section 188, 269 and 353 of the IPC, along with 506 of the Indian Penal Code. While they were in custody, as per the eyewitness, it is stated that the father and son duo was beaten up brutally, and due to which they had sustained injuries and their death was caused. It was also claimed by the magistrate in the remand order that he has not seen the detainees in person. Thus, a magistrate can remand an accused only to custody after he sees them as per Rule 6 of the Criminal Rules of Practice 2019. On 22nd June 2020, the duo was shifted to a government hospital because of their health being critical due to severe bleeding and severe external and internal injuries during the lockup. Phoenix died late on the evening of 22nd June, and Jairaj died in the morning of 23rd. Later, a jail report revealed that the father-son duo were exploited and this was found because of the horrifying marks on their body. The aftermath of the incident is that the Madurai bench of the High Court has taken suo motu cognizance of this, and the police chirestadar and two police personnel who were investigating the crime have been suspended. Also, the Chief Minister has ordered probe into the into the said incident, and investigation has been transferred to the Central Bureau of Investigation in consultation with the court, that is the Madras High Court, Madurai branch. Jairaj and Phoenix custodial deaths. The Madras High Court has taken contempt against the three police officers on 29 June 2020, that is today. The court has also given certain norms how investigation should be taken under the guidance of SP, and if at all needed, the investigation could be revisited. Thus, it is seen that the bench of P.N. Prakash and Pugel Gandhi observed that district police administration are doing everything within their command to prevent the learned magistrate from proceeding with the inquiry. Thus, the police were even stopping the magistrate from doing inquiry, and hence contempt was issued against them. Now, this is in short the latest case of Jairaj and Phoenix. Now, I would go to the next case, that is the case of the Wadalia custodial death, which is known as Vijay Singh's death proudly. Vijay Singh, and resident of the Antop Hill, had a clash with a couple, and which was known to the police. Thereafter, Vijay Singh was taken to the police station, and he was booked for allegedly harassing the couple by stating that he was deliberately pointing out bike headlights towards the couple, and as the couple was sitting in the public place. Singh was picked up at 11 p.m. in the night, and he was allegedly beaten up in the lockup. He was not allowed to meet his parents. After some times, his parents saw that Singh was kept on a bench, and wherein they kept on stating that Singh needed medical treatment, but Singh was not given any medical treatment. After several requests to the cops, his parents were allowed to take him to the hospital, but unfortunately, Singh collapsed in the gate, and on admission, or prior to the admission to the Sion hospital, he was declared dead. The aftermath of this incident is that 5 police officers have been suspended, which include 1 sub-inspector and 1 inspector, and the couple has also been booked for culpable homicide not amounting to murder and for misguiding the police. The city crime branch is investigating this matter. The next is the death of the Ghatkopar blast suspect Khwaja Yunus. Khwaja Yunus, a software engineer resident of Parbhani, was arrested by Mumbai police in connection with a bomb blast in the BST at Ghatkopar in 25 December 2002. Yunus was booked under the stringent provisions of the Terrorism Act. Due to the Assistant Police Inspector Sachin Vaze third-degree modern techniques on him, it led to Yunus's death. The Assistant Police Inspector punched him on his stomach and poured ice water on him. He died on the spot. The Police Inspector Sachin was accused of custodial death and making false plan that Yunus escaped the custody near Palmer Amranagar when he was taken for further investigation to Parbhani. Aftermath of the incident was the investigation was carried out by the state CID in the year 2003 and it was revealed that the escape theory was false, and Sub Inspector Sachin Vaze and Police Constable Tiwari Desai Rajaram Nikam were found liable for the death of Yunus in custody, and they were suspended from their duty. The 4 police personnel in the year 2020, that is in June 2020, have been restated, but they still face the charges of murder and destruction of evidence. The next is the case of Sangli custodial death. Sangli custodial death deals with Mr. Aniket Kothale, who was caught for robbery. Aniket Kothale, who was caught for robbery, later on died in the police custody. It was found that several atrocities were inflicted upon him and there was torture. The police, in order to hide their crime, even tried to burn his remains, which were discovered after 2 days. After finding them, an attempt was made by the police to say that he was trying to escape custody. However, the co-accused who was present and is an eyewitness to the torture gave the exact details. Now, the aftermath of this incident is that 6 police officers are facing inquiry by the CID and are asked to look for the permission to sort for narco test of them. Also, the DGP of the Maharashtra state has received notice from the National Human Rights Commission. Next after this is the case which happened in the Arthur Road of Manjula Shetty. It is alleged that Manjula Shetty, an inmate, was tortured by the police officers of the jail, and she succumbed to the injuries and she died. Upon a complainant of the inmates, investigation has commenced and this is pending inquiry. So we have seen there are a number of custodial deaths happening, and police are trying to cover up by saying that either the accused was escaping or there was threat to their life. Hence, taking into mind this, there were certain guidelines laid by the Honorable Court in the judgment of Dilip Kumar Basu of State of West Bengal. I am going to read down the detailed guidelines which need to be followed by the police during arrest and what happens when the detainee dies. The guidelines specifically mention that every detainee has a right to be informed his right of detention, and his detention should be informed to his relative, the reason for his arrest, and the right to approach a lawyer has to be given to the detainee. This is a guideline. The said guideline also mandates that and detainee has to undergo a medical examination within 48 hours of his arrest. However, the implementation of these guidelines is seen very rarely. Hence, the Code of Criminal Procedure Amendment in the year 2016 has inserted section 76(1)(a). It empowers the nearest magistrate to hold inquest or inquiry into cause of death of any person who dies in the custody of a police. While doing so, he has all the powers which are vested in respect of inquiry into an offense. Additionally, section 29 of the Police Act 1861 provides for a maximum punishment of 3 months of imprisonment, either with or without hard labor, in case such officer is found guilty before a magistrate or any other competent authority. Police officers may also be convicted under sections 330 and 331 of the Indian Penal Code, which provide for offences for voluntary causing hurt as per section 30 and grievous hurt as per section 331, with the object of extorting confession or crime or any other things. Thus, in this we can see that a toothless prevention of torture bill is pending before the parliament since 2010, and there is a very little hope that it will be passed, but we hope that very soon the jail authorities will realize the gravity of a human life and these custodial deaths will stop. Thus we can see that living or right to life is a fundamental right, and no one has a right to derive any person's life. Hence, today I have discussed in this topic about custodial deaths and what remedies can be done are in case a person has custodial deaths, then his family has every right to ask for inquiry. If they are not satisfied by the police inquiry, they should ask for transfer of inquiries either to CID, CBI or a judicial inquiry by a retired High Court judge, wherein nowadays it is seen that courts themselves are monitoring the outcome of this inquiries. In addition to this, there is also human rights and other avenues available. Hence, these deaths should not be lightly taken and proper forum should be approached. The views expressed in this video are upon my understanding of the laws in India and explained in a way which will be easy for the layman or the common man to understand. The intention of this video is to help the common man understand their legal rights and legal remedies available to them. This video does not mean to offend, harm, insult, criticize any person living or dead or any community. Do not forget to like, share and comment on the video, and if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do so. Till then, bye, thank you, stay safe.